Hello my fellow artisans, welcome to the channel. Today I am finally going to talk about the big project that I am working on. But before that, a little history. Because last year I was a bit in a rut when it came to drawing. I did not know what I should draw and I was staring into a real art block. I was doing like a lot of fan art and that kind of stuff. So as many as you would do, I looked at the many different prompts that the internet has to offer just to have a bit of inspiration back. And I came across a monthly prompt for writers actually. And at first I figured it would be fun to write something again because I also like to write things as a hobby. But then I had this great idea to use these prompts of the monthly prompt to make actually like a big illustrations that altogether make a very big story. So with every prompt I wrote out a sort of plot, and when all these are put together they get an entire story. And I think right as I wanted to start, I got pretty sick around that time, and while I had everything set up to start this in the concept phase, I was not working on the project for a long time. And that was until my boyfriend asked me to make a game together. And he loves making games. He has experience in it. He likes to do game jams and all that kind of stuff. And he had an idea that he wanted to make with me, where I would make like concept art and work on the dialogue and write stuff out. And he would do work on the 3D assets and basically make the rest of the game. And we are actually working on this, and it's in the background. We're both kind of busy. We're not that far yet, and I promised him that I would not spoil anything before we both are ready to get it out. I think I hinted at it a couple of times and I told friends about it, but we should not say too much about this. If you are interested though, please subscribe to my channel. I will talk about it when the time is there. And you are the first to hear anything related to that game and to what I am working on now actually. Because I was working on that game, that idea of the monthly prompt got back to me because I still wanted to work on that as well. And recently my enthusiasm in making a game brought me into like buying new game engine. It's called the 001 Game Creator. This was a game engine which promoted itself to do like visual novels, point and click games and so forth. And I already had like RPG Maker, but I thought let's do another game engine. So I bought that one. And like to start this, I love point and click games. I love puzzle games, hidden update games. I love to watch them. I love to do them sometimes myself. And in this way, the idea came to me that I got to make this monthly prompt story into a game. And now I am known in my inner circles as someone who goes like the most difficult way around. Because yeah, that's kind of true. Because not only do I want to make this point and click game, I want to make it in watercolor because I am in my watercolor phase and I love to make anything in physical form in watercolor. So into watercolor art right now. If you haven't seen it, go look at my channel. I'm constantly making watercolor art. So that will be the backgrounds, all the objects, all the puzzles, the interface, everything. Of course, to make everything into the game, I will fix things digitally, I will adjust some things digitally, but like 90% everything that will be in that game will come from watercolor art. So that's basically the prompt for that game. So it's a puzzle game. It will be solar punk inspired. I really like solar punk, the idea of solar punk. So solar punk inspired, and it has a story based on the monthly prompts that I've used. And as you can see, I also had the speed paint, and I did a live stream version of the first scene that I want to use. Unfortunately, when I was making it, I realized that I was making this scene too small, and everything that I've done I had to redo. So yeah, there will be some adjustments, but I actually had made the concept art in Krita, and I used it as a guideline to make the street background on a big piece of paper to get it on watercolor. And now, of course, actually talking about the game, not only about the art, but also the game. So the placeholder name that I have right now is Sarah and the Stranger. Sarah and the Stranger because the main character is called Sarah. It's not that much of a spoiler because I actually put that in other videos, and there it will be a stranger. But it also has this little oomph to it that that's not a point and click game, and that's not a puzzle game. So I think the title right now is a bit misleading, so I will change that later on. If you have an idea for a point and click game where the main character is called Sarah and we are in the solar punk situation, please put them in the comments below. I would love to hear your suggestions. So it will be a solar punk inspired game. If you don't know solar punk, it's like steampunk but then environmentally friendly. That's basically the basis of it. So there will be robots, but the robots will be inspired by plants, by solar power, by being like actually environmentally friendly. So there will be a lot of greenery and a lot of more, like the cities will be covered with plants. There will be a lot of solar powered instruments. There will be a lot of things that have water in them, just that kind of stuff. So the backgrounds will all be solar punk inspired, and there will be all kinds of objects and puzzles hidden within that scene that you have to solve. Another big influence that I want to use for this game is Jeff Lee Johnson. That's an artist, an American artist. If you don't know who that is, this artist had made these amazing illustrations about like everyday events, like going to the beach, going to a restaurant, having cake at a bar, like based around the 50s, American 50s. But if you look at it again, you will see these subtle like Lovecraftian things coming at you. There are claws, there are vampire fangs, there are like all these subtle horror elements that you can only see if you look at it like very well. I think his most known piece is the Blue Plate Special. So look that up. It's an amazing piece. I love his work, so I will be using that as an inspiration. Will be less Lovecraftian, I think, because there are a lot of tentacles. Horror loves tentacles. Horror and another Japanese thing loves tentacles. But I think for me, less tentacles, but more like other kind of horror, subtle creations there. I won't spoil like too much with this update. I'm still working on it, so I have the prompts done. The whole outline is done. I need to work a bit of the dialogue, and I have a bit more work in how I see the themes come out, and it is kind of linear. So that's the most I can say about it right now. But I will share with you in other videos some more concept art of the main character, some scenes, some objects that are not spoiling too much about where the story is going. And of course, if you like all this, if you are interested in both watercolor, point and click games, developing logs, or just interested in me, keep up to date by subscribing and liking this video as well, because you will be kept up to date with everything that I'm doing, both with this game, the game with my boyfriend will be in the future, and of course my own art that I will do in between as well. So that was all this for the first video, the first developing vlogs, devlogs basically, for this point and click game. I hope you like it, and I will see you soon in another video. Bye!